Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use 2019 to record your narration into a PowerPoint slideshow, and then after you're done, how to export that which you've narrated into a video file. So first thing I want to do is launch PowerPoint. And this again is PowerPoint 2019. I'm using a Dell laptop that's got a built-in microphone and a built-in camera as well. So I'm going to pick a slideshow. This is about the glass plate. Whoops, I'm sorry. That wasn't the right one. Let me go back in here and pick one that I actually have on this computer. I'll pick font use in PowerPoint and narrate this. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint that I want to narrate, and I'm going to go up to Slideshow, and I'm going to record slideshow. I could rehearse timings and just put my audio into each of these slides and then export it, but 2019 has this ability to record the slideshow and embed an audio into it as well. I want to pick this. Record from the beginning. And so now you can see up here in the upper left corner, I can pick record. It will start recording everything I'm saying into the PowerPoint slideshow. Right now, it isn't doing that. I'm actually using a screen capturing program to capture what I'm saying. But when you're ready to start in your PowerPoint and narrate it, you can either have this camera turned on or you can turn it off that way. The audio will still be recording, but so you have to decide whether you need your face and maybe some object that you're going to hold up during the slideshow for a particular slide. You might want to show something, I don't know, but in any case, I'll leave it on for now. So now I'm going to go up and start recording my slideshow. And I wait for the countdown. And now this is about font use in PowerPoint. Fonts are the letter styles that you have to choose from in PowerPoint. Now I'm going to go on to the next slide. And you notice that the slides, the fonts changed. Font use in PowerPoint went to a different type of font. Serif versus sans serif. Serif fonts have these little connecting decorations on them, whereas sans serif, which means without, have none of those. These are decorative fonts, and these are non-decorative. So this is an example of a sans serif font. And this is the same letter in a serif font. Sans serif fonts are diverse and robust typefaces. The beauty of a sans serif font is that it is neutral. It isn't a font that can blend to any style, almost like, it is a font that can blend to any style, almost like that a chameleon in the font world. Clarity with complete simplicity, that's what a sans serif font is. Sans serif fonts are powerful and can add real impact, but they do not take away or take the limelight away. It is also really easy to read at different sizes and weights. Arial and Helvetica are the two common sans serif fonts. It is hard to tell the difference between the two. Either of these will work well for the purpose of a single neutral font that does not draw attention to itself, but to your ideas. Nearly all computers have either one or two of these sans serif fonts. The history of Western typography goes way back in time. I have a timeline here, and it goes way back to the before the of course typesetting, before printers, before Guggen, the actual movable type that was created in And so it goes back to the 1400s with black letters, and then we have Roman type coming along, and so on. I'm not going to go over all of these, but you get the idea of the different types of fonts and their history as we go through this slideshow. Change the default font in PowerPoint. It gives you an example. Rather than changing fonts in your slides one by one, you can change the default font for your entire presentation. The font pairing header font, body font is an important design decision in PowerPoint. So click View Slide Master, like you see here. And then on the Slide Master tab, click the Fonts drop-down menu and select the font you want to use for all the slides in the presentation. You don't have to choose from the predefined font pairs on the menu. You can choose custom fonts at the bottom of the menu to select your own fonts. Any changes you make in Slide Master view affect all the slides that use the master. Click Close the master view. The text throughout your presentation is automatically updated to the new font. Create a template to save your default font. You can save the above default font updates by creating a PowerPoint template. This template saves your font updates and can be used in future presentations. Click File Save As, click Computer and Browse, and navigate to where you want to put your Office templates. Type the name of your template in the File Name box, click Save As Type, drop-down menu, and click PowerPoint Template. Type the name of your template in the File Name box, click Save As Type, as you can see here. Also, when you are doing this recording, you can use various pen tools, highlight tools to highlight things, like I'm doing here. You can access your template when you create a new presentation by clicking File, New, and click Custom and Custom Office Templates. Change the fonts in a presentation. PowerPoint for Office 365, 2019, 2016, and 2013 and more. You can replace a font in a single place, or you can make a systematic font change throughout the whole presentation. So change the font on a single slide. Do one of the following. Change the font for a single paragraph or phrase. Select the text that you want, and then change the font for the text in the placeholder. Okay? And on the Home tab in the front font group, select a font in the font list. Change the fonts throughout your whole presentation. On the View tab, Master View Group, Slide, and click Slide Master. In the left pane that contains the Slide Master, click the Slide Master thumbnail or layout that contains the font that you want to change. And on the Slide Master layout, click the title text or level of body text that you want to apply a new font style to. And on the Slide Master tab in the background group, click Fonts, and then select a font from the list. Repeat step 1 through 4 for any other fonts that you want to change. To return to the editing of your slides on the Slide Master, you click the Close group and click Close Master View. You can also use the Replace Font option or change a font throughout your presentation. Here's how. On the Home tab, in Editing group, select Replace and then select Replace Font. In the Replace Font dialog box, in the Replace field, select the font that you want to replace, and in the With field, select the font that you want to use to replace, and then select Close. If you're using one Slide Master and change a font on the Slide Master throughout, it does through the whole presentation. Now you'll notice as I'm recording this particular slideshow, this view is getting in the way of my recording, so I can turn this off like that. Install a font from a third party. If you want to get into that, then this slideshow shows you the procedure. About third-party fonts, you got to be careful, as it says here, because if you do change them, you add some third parties, maybe the next computer that inherits the PowerPoint won't have them. It'll use a different font instead. 44 safe PowerPoint fonts are mentioned that you can look up. And then this is a list of them here. These are the 10 virtually 100% safe fonts that you can see listed here. And these are a little bit larger view of those. The fonts that are likely to break your presentation are custom fonts. Fonts that you've installed yourself on your computer, and while they look cool, the problem about using them in your PowerPoint or Word or Excel is that they will only display on another computer if you install them there as well. Embedding fonts in your presentation. One way to go around having to install custom fonts on all user computers to embed them. However, we don't recommend this method. Why? It tends to not work very well, and some fonts won't even let you embed them based on their licensing. So we don't recommend that. Saving as a picture presentation or PDF, that's another way. You can use custom fonts. Save the presentation as a PDF or pictures. And while turning your presentation into these formats, the end user will not be able to edit the content of the presentations, but at least the user will be able to view the custom fonts. Make fonts large for readability. Don't use anything smaller than an 18-point font, preferably a 24-point font. Not only will this larger size font fill up your slide, there's not much empty space. It will also limit your text, so you don't put too much on one slide. Okay. Colors. For color schemes, yellow text on a blue background will be the most visible to most people. If you aren't concerned with color blindness, just make sure your color scheme has good contrast between text and background, but not too high. I'm going to stop recording the slideshow. Okay, so now what I recorded into my slideshow is there, and if I play the slideshow from the current slide, I'll get rid of this. In PowerPoint. Now you can see my So if I would go through this whole thing, you'd see that my image and so on is recorded into each one of the slides along with the audio. But now I want to export this to a video file, so I go up to File and Export, create a video. Make sure you use your recorded timings and narration, make sure that's clicked on, and then you create your video. And then you'll see as it creates it a location where you want to put it. You can change this to different formats here, WMV or MP4. We'll keep it as MP4. We pick Save. And now there will be, after a little bit down here, creating video font using this MP4. The name of the video is here, and this is like a little timeline down at the bottom there, and that should wait for that to go all the way across, and then you'll get your video MP4 file out of your PowerPoint with all your narrations and so on. So that's how you do it.